Hello farmers, welcome back to Selendra. April is here, which means sorghum planting time. I've been busy this morning getting the sorghum into the fields. We're just about ready to wrap it on up. Probably got like about another 10 minutes of here planting. I've been over to the store a couple times to top off the drill with fertilizer. Going through that a little bit faster than I am the seed, but then again, the capacity for fertilizer is like under 500 liters and the seed is like 2,000 liters. Wish they could even that out a little bit. Of course, I could always go in the XML file and do that myself, but it's not that bad. For the travel distance that we got to the store and back, I'm not wasting that much time. So not that big of a deal. But all the other fields are done. We're just getting these two fields done here, and then we're all set. April will be a busy month. Of course, we got the sorghum planting going on here. Once we get done with this, we're going to grab the doits, and we got to go over to the new oat field. We need to get that fertilized because when we bought that field, it had lime on it, but it hasn't been fertilized at all. So, of course, when we planted the field, that's stage one. And now we can go over and fertilize again because the crops have grown. But I definitely needed to get it done today because if I wait another month, the crops could grow into growth stage 2. And I'm not sure if any of my tractors are capable of row crop tires. I'm guessing the Fiat may be able to. But as long as we get it done in stage 1, we're not going to destroy the crops. But stage 2, we definitely would. Speaking of wood, well, the sawmill. Yeah, I would like to get to cutting down some of those spruce trees today. Cut them down, get them trimmed up, at least. And another thing I need to do in this month is we need to mow the grass. The grass needs to be mowed, it's ready, and we'll be making hay with it. We got a good amount of hay in storage. But I think the first cut of the year we'll go ahead and make hay because we are very much ready for the training facility. The horses themselves, well, they did not reproduce any more horses from March to April. They're at 99%, just like last time. So next month we'll have a full horse stable, which means we can bring the horses over that did reproduce and has started to cycle over again. We'll bring those 4 horses that should be able to reproduce, and we'll bring them to the training facility. Well, you don't have the money for the training facility, you may say. Well, don't worry about that because it's also time this month and maybe early next month, if not, first thing next month, will be to sell the fabric, which, by the way, according to our stock chart that we have, if we were to sell the fabric that we have now at the best price, well, we should get about $270,000 with it. But as the day goes on, of course, we'll get some more. So plenty of cash there. The rest of the cash is going to go towards, of course, we do need a trailer for the trained horses. We already got an animal trailer that can transport the horses from the horse stable to the training facility, but we don't actually have a trailer that can accept trained horses. We got to buy a special trailer for that. That'll cost 16 grand, so not that expensive. And then the rest of the cash, I do believe, will go towards the loan payment. So getting our loan interest down per a night cycle will be good. And then we're off and running. I am keeping my eye on the market for an auto-loading trailer. I think that's going to be the way to go because we're starting to get a lot of pallets of fabric. We've already had plenty of pallets of planks. But yeah, I think loading them up with a telehandler has been fine. But since I really think I'll be upgrading the sawmill in the near future, and we'll get double the amount of planks, that's going to be a little bit too much for me to load manually. I don't mind doing it manually. We may load them up in the beginning manually, and then switch on the auto loader and just load them all up and take them to the store. But I've been keeping my eye on the store itself that sells trailers, and so far, I'm only looking for one trailer and one trailer only. But I've been so lucky on East Vineland with stuff in the store page. You just never know. You just never know when something's going to pop up for sale that you... Ooh, I just realized we are out of fertilizer. Okay, let's go top off. So I'm keeping my eye open for, the trailer to be in the store page. It's not that expensive, but of course getting it for 40 to 60% off, whatever it may be, would always be nice. So let's go to the store, buy some fertilizer. And fertilizer only, please. So actually, if I start opening this up, By the time I get to the store, it should be ready. Actually, I think it opened up. Oh, watch out for the tree. I think it already opened up the fertilizer container first, which is good. So today's video is probably going to be a little shorter than normal. I've said this before, though. I said, oh, the video's going to be shorter, and I go edit the video, and it ends up being the same length of time. The only reason why it might be shorter today is I'm recording this on Easter, and I spent the day, we went to our parents' house, and spent the day with family, and it was a good day, a good meal. I feel nice and porky, so yeah, everything went well there. But that, of course, that leaves less time for me to get videos done and so on and so forth. Yeah, that's why there's only going to be one video today. I think I don't have time to do two, so just one video today and kind of a short-ish one. We'll see how it goes. Speaking of how it goes, we're just about done over here. Yeah, so as for, I did talk about a little bit maybe, you know, swapping out the Fiat or getting a third tractor. And like a comment was made, you know, a third tractor here, not really necessary. I've heard, you know, just one time, we've used two tractors at once. And that was when we were mowing and we had Frank behind us tending the grass. So, you know, having three tractors on the farm, yeah, it doesn't really seem like we need to be doing that. So, in the near future, possibly trading in the Fiat for another tractor. The Valtra Valma, of course, is the one. I mean, if I had to do it right now, that'd be my choice, just because it kind of matches the horsepower and everything that this tractor can do. But I do want to give another look on the Giants Mod Hub. I should be looking at medium tractors, because some medium tractors on the Mod Hub may not go over the 200 horsepower, so maybe I can find something, I don't want to say more to my liking. Nothing wrong with the Valtra Valma, but just to see what else is out there is what I want to say. The only thing that would stop me from doing that right now, of course, is the money. The Valtra is a lot more than what we paid for this Fiat. I think we paid like 20 grand for this Fiat at most, which was a huge discount because we did have the Fendt 718. I think it was the 718. I think that's the model number. And that tractor was like 200 grand. Yeah, so this tractor was hardly anything when you talk about 20 grand. I do love the sound of this tractor. It's been wonderful, but it's had a few hiccups with the gearbox that's locking up on us. Not to say the next tractor I get may not have the same issue, because it could have. From when I originally had that problem with the Fiat, a lot of you, well, I will say, well, a lot of you, but at least a half dozen have come and said, oh, I've used so-and-so, you know, this tractor here, different brand or whatever, and have had the same issue. And there's no rhyme or reason why. No one has come out and said this is what's causing the issue, so I'm not really sure what's causing it. But either way, we've been over that bridge a few times, talking about the Fiat and it locking up. So, yeah, but getting a third tractor, yeah, I can't really see me getting a third tractor, but swapping out the Fiat would be what I do. The Deutz, I like the Deutz. It's going to stick around. Don't really see us having the need to swap that out. A few more passes here, and we'll be good to go. Oh yeah, I do have to roll, of course, these fields to get the extra 2%. And the grass fields will need to be rolled in this month as well. So, a lot of work needs to be done here in April. But when it comes time for harvest time, all that hard work of, you know, seeding, fertilizing, lime spreading, rolling, pays off when you get a good yield. And the way this farm is going, when I originally got up to that $1.5 million loan, and we were sitting here on a small map in Selendra, I'm like, this series is going to take a while. But now you look at this year, when we go to sell the fabric later on this month, whenever it may be here, pretty soon, this, You know, not this episode, but next episode for sure. Yeah, we're going to pay off that $1.5 million loan, which is now, I do believe we're at 1.1 or near 1.2 million. It's not going to take many years to go ahead and, you know, repay that loan off now. Especially once we start actually selling the trained horses. And fingers crossed, we actually make some good money on that. Or, let me just say, we make money on it. Does a $5,000 horse give us more than $5,000 after it's been trained? I think I talked about this a little bit in the last episode. If we go back to East Violent, making pigs into pork chops or whatever, that did not work out. But that was a mod that was converted from 19 to 22. So, yeah, the numbers didn't quite match up there now, did it? We made more money selling the pigs straight up rather than being processed into something else. Alright, so sorghum planted across the board over here like normal. So let's zip back to the farm. We'll park up the drill, which we are done with for the year. Or at least until September/October when we can plant wheat again. So the wheat field that we currently got, we're going to keep that wheat. And the two fields that we're going to be passing on our right, we'll merge those two fields together after harvest this year. And I do believe we're going to plant wheat over here as well. Or barley. Maybe wheat in one field, barley in the other, just to have different crops. Because we can feed barley to the chickens. I keep getting mixed up with the chicken feed because on East Vineland, cracked corn was the main feed for chickens. And now on Hinterland, I'm trying to get used to what the chickens are going to need there with the Maize Plus add-on. So I'm getting used to, you know, feeding soybeans and sugar beet and that kind of feed to the chickens. Let's go ahead and park this up right here. I don't think I got any fertilizer pallets here. Let me just double check. I think this is a lime crate that's here. That is lime. At least I remember that correctly. Whoops. Got to keep that on the tractor. Oh yeah, in case I didn't mention, I did check on the animals this morning. So I think the horses I did mention, they are at 99% reproductive. So next month we will have the 4 offspring into the stable. As for the sheep though, no sheep, we don't have any sheep that are worth 1,000. So we're not selling any this month. But next month I do believe we'll have 13 more sheep that are ready to be sold. Alright, fill me up with solid fertilizer. That'd be good. $700. And this job is only going to take me, well, I don't want to say time me, but I'm going to guess a minute. But then again, I got to remember, this spreader is not as wide. So maybe 3 passes on this field here. And then this field would be ready to go. I did get all the stones out of this field, by the way. I did a little check. I'm like, I've done it before. The problem is I kind of forgot with the Easy Developer mod is you gotta hit the button more than once to get rid of them. I guess there's different stages to how much the rocks can be out of the ground. So with the Easy Developer mod, if you just hit it once, it just lowers them by 1 step. So you just hit like 3 or 4 times and then they're completely gone. So the stones are all gone out of this field, and then I went ahead because I had some stones left in that field up there, the other wheat field. Took care of those as well. So the stones are all gonzo. I'm just coming in here to make sure I got good coverage of fertilizer on this field. It's looking really, really good. It's kind of weird that this field needs rolling in only a few slight areas. So it must be the other farmer. Yield bonus 98%. So it doesn't need to be rolled, so my guess is it wasn't mulched. Oh well, not much we can do about it. But we got some lovely barley right there. That is ours this year. So we got a lot of barley and a lot of wheat. Well, I would say a lot though. I'm just meaning more than we've ever had because we bought more fields. Is it enough to feed the chickens throughout the year? Probably not, but it's definitely going to reduce the amount of sorghum that they require throughout the year, which means more for these horses over here. Right, let's zip this around here and we'll park up the Deutz. We are done with that. So I mean, I guess I could wait another month. If I wait until May to mow the grass, then that means June, July, then it'll be ready in August. September, October. Yeah, so do I really need to get it done in April? No. If I mow it in May, then it pushes us all the way at the last cut until November. I think we'll get it done today. Well, I mean today, I mean April, not this episode. Definitely not going to get mowing the grass this episode. But what I want to do, though, is start working on these spruce trees. And let's see here. I'm kind of hoping with the yarder, if I cut down a lot of these trees, and we're only cutting the 35 meter tall ones. These are still 25. That's 35. That's 25. So if I cut them across this way and I put up the yarder, by following the trees to our current left, the yarder should be able to grab the top of those and bring them on into the sawmill. And I do plant, this is going to be messy. We're going to have to clean this up definitely before we mow the yard. Mow the yard? Yeah. I'm not mowing my own personal lawn. Mowing the fields. Yeah, we got to clean this up before we mow the grass over here. So I want to be able to get more grass if I can to make hay. So all the leaves can stay on them as far as I'm concerned. While the branches, the limbs. I am kind of hoping that the yarder can handle a full-grown spruce tree. The trees that we did previously that were growing out here, those spruce trees, those were 25 meter tall ones, but now we're at 35, so... Then, of course, before we do mow the grass out here, have to come out with our devour tree chipper and get rid of all these stumps. But this is definitely going to stock up our sawmill for a while. But what I want to do is just get started on this. We'll get half of these into the mill. And then maybe in June or so, just before harvest time, we'll go ahead and cut some more down. Because when we sell the planks in July, planks. In July, when we sell the planks in July, a lot of this money that we're going to get from the planks, I think we're going to upgrade the sawmill to double produce. Since we seem to have a good amount of wood here. I think that's a good start for trees. Got to clear these out because running through them, can't see a darn thing. But it just came to me, did the stone pine trees grow? And nope, they have not. They have not grown at all. But let's see, has it been 6 months? I think we did it in October? So they should be at 6 months. So these may take a little bit longer to grow. Have no idea. But they haven't grown yet. They will at some point, though. I think we got plenty of spruce trees to keep our cell mill going until those are ready. And from the chart, like I said, the stone pine should give us... They're not going to grow as tall as the spruce trees. But according to the chart, they actually give a lot more... No, they give the most amount of liters per tree that we're planting. Excluding the odd-shaped trees like the maples and the oaks. As we know, those can be rather painful to go ahead and, chip on up and get transported to be sold as wood or be brought to a mill. Actually, should have brought the Fiat over, but that didn't take me too long to chop down those trees. Let's get our yarder all set up. And hopefully we can drag it into the mill. Been a while since I used the yarder. We've been using the telehandler with the manure grab. The manure grab. Yeah, the log fork we did a couple times, but I was having more luck with the manure grab than the log grabber itself. Okay, let's grab that. And if I remember correctly, the cable needs to go out to the left side of the vehicle. So we need to actually put the yarder up like right about here so it drags them as far to get into the trigger. We need to lower the yarder. Let's go ahead and grab this. And I got a tree picked out. Let me jump over these logs here. Nope, I'm stuck on something here. Jump. There we go. There we go. Now I got to bring up the HUD because it's been a moment. Let's see. Enable to follow me. So the carriage is coming towards us. Yeah, maybe trimming the limbs would be not a bad idea. I can see the green. Is it green? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and... Tree is too heavy to be attached. Alright, so... This tree is too heavy. What did I say? The maximum weight is, 1.5 tons. And the trees are 2.3. Alright, so, yeah. They are too heavy here. So if I bring the chainsaw in and... What a mess. I'm cutting something. No, that's a flashlight. Still too heavy. Yeah, so maybe I'll have to delimb these so I can see better what we're doing. Alrighty. J should lift it. And then V V's to detach the tree. Disable. Follow me. And then X to move the yarder. It's starting to come back to me now. That looks like a good sized tree. And then detach the tree and then come back on over. It attached to that one, perfect. Raise it on up. Now the buttons are becoming more familiar. Is it going to go over that wall? It does. It's going to create a mess back there. But luckily it's at the mill, so I just got to find the trigger point at the mill and would be all good. Looks like I cut it there. Can we attach it here, or is it going to be too heavy? Too heavy. It's not going to be too long to go ahead and get rid of all these trees. We didn't cut that many down. Well, let's get a couple of them done here. And the good thing is, looks like we're getting around the wall well enough. As for the other trees that are deeper, we may have to set up the yarder to drag them more over. So it'll be a two-step process to get them over. Or I could use the manure grab, right? That one's too heavy. Ooh, can you reach? Okay. I gotta be careful of how far the yarder can reach. Got trees on top of trees in here. Let's get this one here. And then I'll think I will clean it up there because I've run into the problem where I just get to be like, I'll be fine, just keep bringing them back to the sawmill. But the problem being, after you start bringing back too many, they start pushing each other around and it gets to be a little bit messy. So it might be a good idea to come over here once in a while. Okay, drop the tree. Hour to store wood. So right now we got 13,500 or 13.6. And now we got 23,000 in there. So now we got enough for about 5 months. Alright, too heavy of course. No, I want it to this tree. Ooh, where did I... Okay, I cut it in the wrong spot apparently. And little by little, I don't even know how many trees I even cut down. Maybe like 7 or so? It just looks really, really messy because we left all the limbs on it. Nope, so that's not the one I cut, or is it? Well, either way, it says it's too heavy. Let me get down. Nope, wrong button. Oh, yeah, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons now. I was getting to a rhythm and then I just lost it. Okay, and then that button there, please. It's getting a little bit clearer. Alright, let's do one more here. Unless it needs to be cut, right? It needs to be cut. Don't want to get hit by that. That could hurt. But they're going up over that wall, all right. And store wood. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I'll probably clean these trees up in between episodes. It won't take me too long. There's only a few more here. It's a little clustered, but we'll get them picked on up, and the sawmill will be good to go at least until we upgrade it. And then, of course, then it'll go, instead of going through 5,000 liters a month, it should go through 10,000. But we got the trees here, and by then, before, you know, all this wood gets processed, those spruce trees should be ready. And then, of course, we got like 40 I think we planted 40 spruce trees back there by the sheep. And then, of course, by then, I'm hoping the stone pine, which we planted 40 of those, will be ready. And by the time we get all through that, who knows? I might be done with the sawmill, and the series might be coming to an end by then. I'm not saying here the series is going to end in like 10 episodes. It's going to be a while, but yep, the sawmill is looking good. We got the sorghum in. Need to roll that, and then of course we need to take care of the grass fields. And I may even mow like the one over by Earl. I may get some of the mowing done, maybe some of the tedding done, but we'll see. Hopefully, I should have more time to do the next episode than I did today. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Selendra. But until then, have a good one.